Will somebody tell me if we're supposed to start the program?
Freeman hits the ball to right field.
Into right field. She is gone. Oh, what a pass. Doncic, perfection there on the assist.
A little magic from Doncic.
Stafford takes the shoulder, takes a shot downfield. It is caught by Nakua. He picked him on his shoulder and made the catch.
One of a kind player. One of a kind season. Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
Dumping in on the count. LeBron James at the buzzer.
This game's in the Admiral refrigerator. The door is closed, the lights out. Butter's getting hard, the eggs are cooling, and the jello is jiggling.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is the LA Sports Roundup, our first episode. And guess who's here? I don't know if you guys remember him. This is Anthony. What's up, dude?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yep.
What's up, man?
What's up? How are you? Good.
Good.
Good, dude. It's good to have you back. Honestly, we started our podcast back in 2017, and so it's good to kind of start this new podcast, but have a familiar face alongside with it.
2017. That's crazy. I thought that was like 2020 or something, or
Yeah,
2022 at least. Damn, that's a long time ago.
yeah. It was a shit ton of time ago. But yeah, man, I'm glad you were back. And today, to start this LA Sports Podcast Roundup, we're gonna be talking Dodgers, and there's only one man that I know that I can bring on, and it's you.
I was at work today and I was watching the game. Actually, I was listening to the game today. I bought myself a little AM radio to
Old school, man.
listen to the games. Yeah, I mean, it's a dying art, but I love it.
Yeah,
That's how I used to watch the games in college, or I used to listen to the games in college.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, I remember growing up when I was in high school and middle school, I didn't have cable. And so I would listen to the games on like the radio.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they won today, so that's good.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, walk-off Freddie Freeman
Walk-off.
with
Yeah, man. Mid-season struggles. What's going on there?
I think it's just, I mean, they just need to get healthy, you know? Snell has pitched like 2 games. I don't even know. Glasnow pitched today. He pitched 12 strikeouts in 6 innings, which is great.
Yeah.
This is his 3rd start since coming back, which is a good sign. But he is made out of glass, so
Yeah.
you got to tread lightly with him. But I think it's just they need to get healthy, and apparently Muncy was a big part of the offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
He went out the day that Kershaw hit his 3,000 strikeout mark,
Yeah.
and the offense has been dead since.
Yeah. This July has been just horrible for the Dodgers. Absolutely horrible. I think they've lost 12 out of the last 14, or whichever the case is. And surprisingly, they're still number 1 in the NL West. And so I don't know what that says about the division, or if it's just the other teams are just what can we say here? If you lost 12 out of 14 in July and you're still number 1 in your division, that's either good luck or I don't know what it says.
Hey, I mean, I thought the Padres were going to be good. I thought the Giants were going to be better.
Right.
But hey, I'm glad they aren't doing as good as everybody expected them to be.
Right.
And the Dodgers with their freaking B team are still in first place, leading by like 3 games. I haven't even seen the standings. I don't pay attention to the standings till like September.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, that's a win for the Dodgers, but I think just because of the expectations of the team after the offseason that they had, this slump seems very but it's something that every team goes through. I mean, it's 162 games.
Yeah. I mean, it's baseball, like it doesn't matter what your roster is going to look like. It's like man, 162 games, you're gonna have these lulls where your team just looks like it's the dog days of summer for a reason.
Exactly. And might as well get it out of the way in July than in October
Right.
and get freaking swept by the Brewers in the first round of the playoffs.
Right. And also, I think there's championship hangover, right? You see it in any team, in any sport. Team wins the championship, they come back the next season, and they're not as hungry. They're not as motivated. Talent's still there, but it's
That 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 could be it too, you know. Um, they started the season by winning what 8, 7 in a row,
yeah,
and they looked like they were never going to lose a game. And
yeah,
then after that, they went on a small losing streak. So it's just it's just baseball. I mean, yeah, we could call it a sort of hangover, a World Series hangover, but
yeah,
I mean, it's kind of a new team, and I don't think the injuries have helped anyone. I
yeah.
think the bullpen has been overused a lot,
Hmm.
overused, overexposed,
Mm.
and they just lost another player yesterday, which was one of their biggest signings of the offseason. Um, I'm blanking out his name right now, but yeah, I mean, he hasn't been the best. He was signed from the Padres to sort of close out games, but
Yeah,
he's blown saves throughout the year, and now
yeah.
he's in the IL. So, yeah, I mean, the team
It's
has to get healthy.
exactly. And I feel like the hitting, like I feel like Shohei is just kind of just carrying the team on his back, just like last season. But like it's even more evident now. Like I was looking at the stats, like Shohei has, let me go back into it. But he has like how many home runs already? Like 30 something?
He hit like 37, I think.
Yeah,
He's hit like 5 home runs in 5 consecutive games,
yeah,
and I actually don't think much of the offense, or I don't think all of the pressure is falling on Shohei. I
oh,
actually
yeah.
think that the bullpen's carrying this team.
Mm,
He's now pitching now, and I think that's where it falls on. I think the team is really hoping to get him to start games as soon as possible. I mean, to start longer games as soon as possible. I think his ERA right now is 1.5,
yeah,
and what like 4 to 5 starts that he's had
yeah.
hasn't gone longer than 3 innings.
No,
But I believe the 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 format they have right now is he pitches 2 games of the same amount of innings, and then they move on to the next one. So
yeah.
it sounds like in the last 2 games he's pitched 3 innings. It sounds like they might rack him up to 4 now. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Um,
Yeah,
the offense, I think Mookie Betts. I think right now it's really falling on Mookie Betts
yeah,
to they moved him up to the leadoff spot, and nothing has changed. I actually have him on my fantasy baseball team, and he's currently benched because
yeah,
I mean, I have better outfielders right now,
yeah.
and shortstops because he's still listed as both.
Mm,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Now, just looking at the stats, like Shohei has 108 hits. Second most is Mookie at 88. But then home runs, Shohei has 37, and Mookie only has 11 on the season. And he's number 2 on the team.
exactly. So I think it's been a very slow start for
Yeah,
Mookie, and he's known to be a better second half player, but the second half is here now, and I mean,
yeah,
I've noticed he also hasn't really been podcasting lately,
yeah.
which
Good.
it's. I mean, I don't know. That could have been the secret. Who knows?
Yeah.
But he, it's been a bad year so far for
Yeah,
Mookie, and I wouldn't say a bad year. It just hasn't been a year that's up to par to the expectations that people have for him.
yeah. That's true. Yeah. So how do we get back on track here? Just with just injuries, overcoming them, getting guys healthy, and then hopefully the bats can come alive, and then maybe just, the bullpen just kind of upping its game a little bit, or what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I'd give it to three reasons or 3 ways. 3 ways the Dodgers could get back to. It's kind of even redundant to say get back to their form
Right.
because they're still in first
Yeah,
place.
exactly.
So, like Tanner Scott needs to get his shit together. That was the pitcher that I was mentioning before.
Yeah.
Uh, the bullpen really needs them. Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher, needs to keep doing what he's doing.
Right.
Um, the offense, I'm not really worried about the offense because, again, it's 162 games.
Exactly.
But if we want this team to repeat for the first time since the Yankees went back to back, it's going to rely on Tanner Scott fucking hammering down the back end of the bullpen. Mookie Betts igniting shit at the top of the order, and Shohei Ohtani putting mad work as a pitcher.
There you go.
I think, I mean, I can't really say much about Snell because he hasn't done anything, and the team
Yeah.
is still in first place.
Well, yeah.
But him coming back it's gonna be great, and I can't wait for
yeah.
that.
I mean, look, he can honestly just take his time as long as he's back in September, heading into October, maybe late
Yeah,
August, and there you go. I
yeah,
think it's just having those guys like just even like Kershaw. I know Kershaw has his moments, but it's like, look, man, just stay healthy. Let's get through this, and then if you're available in October, that's like what's most important.
we haven't even mentioned freaking the Japanese kid they just signed.
Yeah, Roki.
Uh,
Yeah,
who
Roki.
also didn't say he pitched the best, but I'm sorry,
Yeah,
what?
Roki, right?
Yeah, Roki Sasaki. Yeah, he had a very fucking subpar start to his career as a Dodger, but
Yeah,
I mean, do we really need him to come back right away? No, we don't. But
yeah,
it'll be great. Like having pitchers disposable. I mean, having pitchers available to not rely so much on the bullpen would probably get Tanner Scott back to his form, and will probably allow Shohei to shine as a starter.
right. Exactly. Yeah. And
Um,
like I said, man, it's a beautiful thing when your team can be just in the midst of just a rut, but then we're still in first place. So, yeah, as long as we can just keep up the momentum, and obviously, going into the next couple months, we want the Dodgers to do better. But look, the Padres and whoever else is in the division, the Giants, as long as we're just keeping a good pace in the standings against them, and we'll be okay. It's
yeah,
all
I
about just
mean,
getting there to the end.
I think also probably not winning the division right away.
Yeah,
Play meaningful baseball deep into September.
yeah,
It's fine. I'd rather them just be fighting for something
yeah,
throughout September, and then when they get to October, they're warm. They're warmed up, you could say. But
yeah.
we'll see. Do I have him repeating, going back to back? Probably not, just
Mm,
because it's so hard to do. But
exactly.
I didn't think they were gonna win on the first year of Shohei. Shohei's there in LA, and
Yeah,
they proved me wrong. So who knows?
that's a good
Hopefully
thing
they
to prove
could
you wrong.
hopefully they could prove me wrong again.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I texted my cousin. I think my prediction was that Shohei was gonna win on the second year.
Oh
Kind of
wow.
like,
Okay.
yeah, he'll get warmed up and then he'll win it. But we'll see.
Well,
Like I said,
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope he does win in the second year with the Dodgers too.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, man, cool. I know you're a busy man, and we need to keep it brief. But thanks for coming on, dude, and I really appreciate your time, dude. And do it
Man.
again soon, whenever you can,
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll talk to you later. It was nice chatting about the Dodgers.
for sure. And hey, you're always a part of the Lace 'em Up, okay?
All right, man. All right. Have
All
a
right,
good one.
later, dude. I'd like to thank Anthony for coming on. It's been a really long time for us to get back together. As you guys know, me and him started Lace 'em Up back in 2017. So getting him back on the podcast and being a part of this inaugural LA Sports Roundup is huge. So thank you to Anthony. So now I just want to switch gears and let's talk about the Lakers. The Lakers offseason is in full gear right now. We're talking, free agency. The Lakers came into free agency with basically two needs. They needed, number one, a big man, and they got that. They got DeAndre Ayton. Now, if you would have asked me, about the options that were available to the Lakers at the start of free agency, DeAndre Ayton wouldn't have crossed anyone's minds because nobody would have known that he wanted to be bought out, or the Trailblazers wanted to buy him out. But sure enough, he got bought out by the Trailblazers, and it's honestly the Lakers should be on their knees thanking God that he was available to them because their options were not great. You're talking about guys like Clint Capella, Brooke Lopez, Al Horford, all these like really at the near end of their rope type veterans where you're like, those guys, really? Like that's going to be their starting center? Not great. I mean, the next best option was re-signing Jackson Hayes. And so getting Hayes, to re-sign it's good, but it wasn't going to fulfill their need because let's look what happened in the playoffs. Hayes was pretty much unplayable as their starting center. But the Lakers really needed that starting caliber type of player to really bring in and solidify their need at the center position. And so getting Ayton to be bought out was absolutely huge for the team. And so they covered that in now, and they have a viable starting center. Now, look at a lot of people have questions about his motor. Can he, really get that motor running like when he was in Phoenix under Chris Paul as a point guard, and get that rejuvenation in his career, because his stint in Portland was not great. And so taking that all in consideration, I think he's going to have a fantastic year, all things considered. You take Luka Doncic, you take LeBron James, all these guys that are facilitating the basketball around. Luka's going to be throwing lobs to this guy. Look what he did with Jackson Hayes in the regular season. Jackson Hayes looked like he was going to get paid in the regular season. Now it fell apart in the playoffs, but that's a different issue. And so I think he's going to do wonders in the regular season for the Lakers, fulfilling their need. Now you have Jackson Hayes as the backup, and then you also have Maxi Kleber as kind of like that, fill-in guy for whenever injuries will happen. And word on the street is Kleber is getting in pretty good shape. And so now the other need that they were kind of lacking in is that kind of defensive-minded guard. They lost Dorian Finney-Smith in free agency to Houston, and that was a big loss because, Dorian Finney-Smith covered a lot of ground for the Lakers, especially in that wingman role. And so getting, again, on their knees, they should be thanking God that they landed Marcus Smart. Again, a buyout situation. He was not available at the beginning of free agency, but Washington and him agreed on a buyout, and pretty much his destination was to the Lakers. Luka helped out tremendously in recruiting him, and so that shows you that Luka's already being committed to this team. And so him bringing in Marcus Smart, a defensive-minded guard, not only that, but the veteran leadership that Marcus Smart is going to bring on this team is going to be huge. The locker room leader, the guy that's going to get the guys in the huddle, in timeouts, give them direction, spark a light under their butts. That's going to be the type of guy that he is in this locker room. And he's also, a former defensive player of the year. Just 3 years ago he was. Now injuries have kind of derailed that momentum a little bit. He's slowed down a bit, but I still think maybe he's not the defensive player of the year anymore, but he could still be what the Lakers need for him in terms of filling that role as a defensive guard. Now the shooting is in question, but the Lakers are looking pretty good in terms of their depth now. You add Ayton, you add Smart, along with the rotation guys like Jared Vanderbilt, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Dalton Connect, all those other guys that we, are going to fulfill the roles of this team. And it's going to be huge for this team. Now, the next big thing for the Lakers to do now, is just heading into the summer, is re-signing Luka Doncic. Doncic can sign his extension on August 2nd. That's going to be the first day it's available to him to sign. He may not sign it on that day, but it's going to be available for him to sign. Will he sign it that day? We'll see. It's probably going to take a few weeks, maybe even a month for him to sign it because he's playing Euro basketball starting in August. So we'll see when that time comes when he signs the extension, and everyone is fully believed that he is going to re-sign with the Lakers and sign that 4-year extension. I think it's going to be 4 years. Could be 5. I'm not sure. But he's end up going to re-sign it with the Lakers. Mostly everyone believes that. I don't think there's any question in anyone's minds that he's leaving because he's already recruiting for the future, at least for the season. All right, so that covers the Lakers. We talked about the Dodgers with Anthony. We just talked about the Lakers. And that's going to be it for our podcast today. This is the LA Sports Roundup. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. As always, guys, we have much down the pipeline coming in, but just stay tuned. Again, we have our Wrestling with Brian podcast every week, so stay tuned for that. And I just can't thank you guys enough. So until next time, see ya.